Hey guys, what's going on? King Power 44 here, and today we have a brand new PTR patch. This is patch 1.26, and in this patch we also have a brand new hero. He's a tank called WreckingBall. We're going to go over the patch notes, and like we normally do, I'm going to give my feedback on what I think about the patch notes, and I'm going to ask you guys, of course, what you guys think about them. Leave those comments in the comment section below. But let's get started. Let's get right into it. So we have this new hero called WreckingBall. He's a tank, and we're just going to go over his abilities very quickly. So here we have on the Overwatch homepage for WreckingBall, we have his abilities. We are going to be making a separate video for him as well, playing him on the PTR and sort of going over how to use those abilities and whatnot. But you have his quad cannons, which is his main weapon, automatic assault weapons. You have a roll, you transform into a ball, increase maximum movement speed. You have a grappling claw, launch a grappling claw to rapidly swing around the area, enables high speed collisions to damage and knock back enemies. You could deploy a minefield. I believe this is his ultimate. So you deploy a massive field of proximity mines, create temporary personal shields, amount increases with more enemies nearby, and then you have pile driver, slam into the ground below to damage and launch enemies upwards. So I think overall with his kit, very quickly looking at it, since we're going to go over it in a separate video, I think it has a lot of CC, and I think that's something that's really good for a tank. Also, I believe his weapons are hit scans, so you're going to have to aim with him, and that's something some of the tanks lacked. Recently, we have Zarya and Orisa are kind of the only two tanks you really have to aim with. They don't have that spread weapon that damages multiple enemies. But I'm super excited for this hero, and I can't wait to get in and show you guys what he's like. Okay, moving on to the rest of the update, we have a lot of hero updates, as most of the hit scan heroes like Bash and McCree, Soldier 76, and Widowmaker are getting their minimum damage at max range changed. So for Bastion in Sentry and configuration, for Sentry and Recon configurations, the minimum damage at max range has increased from 30% to 50%. For McCree, you've got 30% to 50% for his regular shots. Minimum damage at max range, so he does a little bit more damage. May's Endothermic Blaster no longer has damage fall off on the secondary projectile, so she can fire those icicles across the map and get full damage, sort of like Zenyatta's orbs. Soldier 76, his pulse rifle has been increased from 30% damage to 50% damage at max range. And Widowmaker's Widow Kiss, the damage fall off is applied on her primary fire, so 50% at max range. This is her automatic primary fire though, so not her scoped primary fire. This is her like machine gun. The comments that developers made are basically that, you know, they needed to make mid-range weapons feel a little bit better, and I think this is great. It's going to help a lot against FARs who stay really far away. It's going to make sure that they have to come in and sort of hide, and they can't just stay really far out in the sky and take damage and be healed by the Mercy. I like this a lot. Next up, we've got Hanzo. We've got his storm arrows. The duration has been reduced from 6 to 5 seconds, so they last 1 second less, and the cooldown it has been increased by 2 seconds from 8 seconds to 10 seconds. I like that. I think Hanzo needed a nerf, but it needed to be something small like this at first because he's not stupidly broken, if that makes sense to you guys, but he does do a lot of damage very quickly, and those storm arrows not only charge his ultimate quickly, but they come up every, I think it was every 5 seconds, right? No, every 8 seconds. So you can just spam those arrows, hit shields, hit tanks, and sort of farm your ultimate that way. Next up, we've got Sombra. Sombra has a lot being changed to her. Her stealth now lasts indefinitely. Yep, you can be stealth all the time, but you cannot contest objectives while invisible. The enemy detection radius has been increased from 2 meters to 4 meters, so you know you can't get that close to enemies anymore. They're gonna figure out that you're there, and your movement speed bust has been decreased from 75% to 50% plus movement speed when invisible. Her translocator is being changed as well, so you've got a translocator that lasts forever, but you can destroy it, and it has 5 health. Wait. So not only can you destroy it, but I think other players on the enemy teams can destroy it as well. They say they did this to make her more of an infiltrator character, and I think this is going to help her out a lot. You're going to be able to get behind the enemy lines, sort of tell your teams what the positioning is, you know, ask when your team's ready to jump in, and you can stay stealth there the whole time. I think this is going to be very deadly to heroes like Zenyatta, because she countered him before, but now she can just pop out of nowhere, hit up that damage, and then, you know, bounce away like she usually does. Also, for map updates on the assault maps, this is only on quick play and arcade modes, so don't worry about competitive, but the objective time is being reduced from 5 minutes to 4 minutes per control point. So I think this is just to speed the games up. Since it's quick play, it doesn't really matter, and you know, the more games you can get in, the better. So I like that a lot. Everything else is bug fixes, and that's basically the patch right now. There is a lot happening in here, and like I said before, we're gonna be getting a full video by itself for Wrecking Ball, the new tank, and I'm super excited to play him. What do you guys think about these changes? What do you think about the changes to the mid-range weapons like Bastion, McCree, Soldier, and Mei, and even Widowmaker's primary fire with her automatic rifle? I personally like them. I think they're great. They're much needed to the game. Fars were staying alive way too long, and now you can actually be at range with Soldier and still get a nice amount of damage. Something else that I touch on in the Horizon Lunar Colony video that I'm going to be putting out is high ground, and Blizzard wanting you to play on the high ground, making it very dangerous for you to just stay on a point and, you know, take a bunch of damage. Now Soldier, McCree can play up there and get some nice damage onto you, even if you're far away. So that's really, really good. As for Hanzo, I said what I said about him. I think this is a good small change that needed to happen. If it doesn't work, like if it doesn't make him a little bit fairer, then they should do some other changes, but I like this for right now. And Sombra, I think this is a good change for her. We had a discussion on my stream about it, and a lot of people were saying that her damage needed to be increased. I don't think her damage is too inconsistent right now for it to be increased, but the stealth and the translocator being up to indefinite time, so you can basically stay stealth for the whole game if you want to, even though I don't know how that's going to help your team. It's just going to help her do what Blizzard wants her to be. She's an assassin. She's not a primary DPS. You should definitely be using her as someone that gets in some damage and gets out. She's not looking to 1v1 or duel anybody. She's trying to do it from the shadows, comes out unseen, try to fight, and get back if you need to. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We've got a lot more Overwatch videos coming out, and they are updating this game a lot more recently, so I will be on top of all those PTR patch notes and all the videos we need. I'm also making some guides for some maps, like I said, for Horizon Lunar Colony, which is a new map. We're looking at that, and I'm really excited. I think Overwatch is going in a great direction. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.